Third team in Southern California, let's talk about the Angels. They've done a very different job. They were the first team to sign a free agent when this whole sucker started, and they got Tyler Anderson, who came from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Then they made the trade, and this to me was a big surprise. They traded for Gio Urshela, the third baseman of the Minnesota Twins. This guy's a .275 career hitter with something like 128 home runs. The guy can swing the stick and play decent. He can play third. He can play shortstop, where he first came up with the Yankees. I was surprised the Yankees traded him in Minnesota to begin with. And then they made the trade last week to get Hunter Renfroe, the former Padre #1 pick, who's gone from San Diego to Tampa to Atlanta to Milwaukee. But the thing about Renfroe, although he's not hit for big average, he is hitting, and he's hitting home runs, and he's got a cannon for an arm, and he can play both corner outfield positions. So that's interesting that Hunter Renfroe might become a real integral part to give them another bat like Urshela. And, lost in all the arguments that we've had about Angel baseball, they don't have enough pitching. There's no help for Shohei Ohtani. They hit .233 as a team last year. I didn't realize that till last week. They were just anemic. Now you go get a home run bat like Urshela, who hits for average. And if Renfroe hits .250, which is his career mark, if he hits .250 and hits 25 home runs, that's an accomplished major league player to put in your lineup. So you could have that left fielder, that shortstop, with Trout, Ohtani, Rendon, and their first baseman from last year. So all of a sudden, the Angels might look like a very, very different team. I'd sure like to see them go get another pitcher, but I don't think they got much budget money left.
Yeah, it's nice to see them making these kinds of moves. And we talked about Renfroe, first-class guy, loved him in San Diego, happy he's back here in Southern California. But it used to be that the Angels had all the hitting. At least that's what we used to think with Renfroe, with Rendon and with Trout and with Ohtani. And now suddenly the hitting is in the tank, and they seem to like they always needed pitching, but they aren't really. I mean, they got Tyler Anderson, but it seems like they need more arms too. So they've got a lot of holes, but at least they're starting to fill them.
Well, the thing that's killed them the last 2 years is the injuries. Whether it's Ohtani coming off the elbow surgery, what's the chronic calf problem, the sideline Trout for virtually a whole year, or the back-to-back injuries Rendon has had. Now all these guys are going to be healthy, and you're going to add Urshela, you're going to add Renfroe. Maybe you got enough bats to complement the front of that pitching rotation. Shall be interesting.